Okay, I can start now. Hope you are able to see my screen, right? Can anyone confirm?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, fine. So, any doubts or any questions from the previous session? Okay, I think no. Today we just start to go with next Python collections. So, in Python collection, we plan to discuss about list, tuple, a dictionary, and set. This four programming we plan to discuss today. My voice is okay or some pictures is coming? Or nice?
Yeah, you're okay, Dinesh.
Okay. Satvik, just check from your end once again. Okay. I just start from the list now. So list and tuple mostly in real time you are going to use it, but the difference is very important. When to use list, when to use tuple, something like you must know, and differences between these two. We will be discussed that one by one, but I just informing you. Okay. So in list, we can declare by square brackets, or we can use a list function. Yeah, right. List is a mutable. So mutable means changeable. That is the meaning for mutable. And then what else? What we can do in list? We retrieve the data by index or slicing. So based on the slicing concept or indexing concept, you can locate the data and fetching out. Everything we are going to say in examples. Okay, and okay, first I will declare. So this is a text. Okay, 1 minute. Now we just practice. Let me going to declare a list variable. ELI is a variable name. Using square bracket, I am going to declare some values. And one more thing, list can allow multiple data types. Okay. Now if I supposed to read the data, just I can post it. This is a normal data type. If suppose I want to read with multiple data type like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 10.2, comma, hello. All the values can be accommodated by your list program and you can read it. Okay, this is a normal. Now I need to change some values from here. Okay, we will see this one by one. This all the functionality using this square bracket. I just develop. Another one, I'm going to create uh, li1 equal to list of 1 2 3 4, something I'm trying to do that. List is a function, right?
Square bracket, no?
No, based on the list function I'm trying to read the data. 1 minute. Okay, it's iterable only will be allowed. So let me declare a tuple value, for example 1 2 3 something. I'm trying to change by a list function. So this type is tuple and this type is should be a list. Okay, there's not a type of tuple, type of li. Okay, so from it should be iterable. Why I supposed to use this list function? All the values should be an iterable. Iterable means it should be followed with the next indexing. That is called as a iterable method. Iterator or iterable, something we will mention it. So via this functions or the square root, based on this you can create it. And next we need to change some value. If suppose I want to change the value, li1 is 1 2 3, I need to change the middle value. So it should always follow with zero indexing. So li of 1 should be a element of 2 will be picked up. Okay. For the example, I just declare some other different values. 2 4 8 something I can declare using list 2. I just trying to pick it. Okay, so index number 1, which means this is 0, this is first index and this is the second index. So based on the first index element, this 4 is available, that is picked up. This is normal indexing concept. Next, another one is a slicing based you can locate. Li2 of, I need to read the data from this, and here we have, right, I need to read this 2 element only. So this is always come from 0 and it will be end by this one up to 1. So 0 colon and then you can provide what is the preferable. There is a one, right, you declare. So always it should be a n minus 1. So you want to declare this value, this index number minus 1 automatically will be considered. So you can declare this one. So you can see. Always starting position is normally your index number, but ending position what you much how many you need, that should be a n minus 1 you want to declare that index numbers. So here 0, 1 and 2. 2 minus 1 it should comes as a 1 1. So that we are picking 2 comma 4 values. Are you able to understand this?
Please come again on this.
Okay, I will take another one example. 10, 12, 14 something I have some huge values. Now I want to read the data between this 3 element only. Okay, so what would be the index number for the starting position?
2.
Okay, li3 of 2, from 2 onwards I need to read up to this element, right? This 3 only I need to pick them. So what is the index number? This one
4.
4. Then you must declare plus 1 again. It should be index number 5 you want to declare.
Okay. So
N
4
plus 1
minus.
always.
Okay.
Okay, so starting position is exactly the same, but ending position you must declare addition 1. That's it.
Okay.
You can see this one 8, 10, 12. Like that, reverse indexing also is available. Okay, the concept is same. There's a common concept. Always slicing should go with index number, starting position exactly same, and the end position should be plus 1. You want to provide addition. That's it. Okay, now I want to change this value. Instead of 8, I need to replace with 9. So how we can do that? What is the index number? This one.
2.
LA of 2 equal to, I'm planning to replace with 9. That's it. Now you can see this one. The value has been replaced. So it is a mutable. Okay, we can change the value as well. Till now, any question? This 3 points. The declaration we have done and list function based, we can create the list. And if this is a mutable, so we can edit the value. And we can see with the index based, we can retrieve the data and sliced some data as well. Based on the slicing and dicing, we just slice the data and locate the particular value, allowing the multiple data type. This is also we have seen. Any question till now? Or not clear some places, just let me know. We will discuss that again. All of you clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we just go and see some internal concept. How list is look like. Let me declare a new list. Just a empty list I'm going to declare. Type of li4, comma, type of li4, we can see. Okay, this is the empty list. We don't have that value. Now I just go and see this size of this values. Size underscore of. Why it is not coming? li4 dot size. Mm, Size of. Okay, this is allocated 40 bytes right now. Let me add one value here, li4, using append function. I'm going to add the value 1 now. Now you can see this 72. Again, if suppose I'm going to add one more value, set 2. Let me declare list values, comma, size of this value 1 comma 2. Again it is 74. Same like I'm going to add another one value 3 something. Same still it is occupied 72 bytes. Again I'm trying to add the new value 74, 72 only. 1 2 3 4 5. You can see this one. So at the beginning, by default, it is assigning 40 bytes. After that, it is increasing 32 bytes. After that, from 32, again 32, it will be increased. If size is increased, that memory will be occupied, then only it is increasing the size of the element and store it. Even it is used or non-used, it is reserving that memory, that the size of the bytes. Whenever data is fully occupied, immediately it will be releasing the next sizes and store it accordingly. This is happening. Okay, it's already pre-reserved some storage spaces for your element operations and all. Okay, in the backend, this is only happening. Okay, now, okay, we just consider this one. Later, while we are going to discuss with tuple, we can see this in detail. Now till now, append operation we have seen. So some other important functions we can discuss.
Is there any way to decrease the number of elements?
Yeah, you can do that. Just using the pop, you can remove it.
Or can we use by delete function, right, sir?
Delete will delete the entire list, right?
Yes, sir. By mentioning the name of pop, can by mentioning the index number of pop, we can delete the.
No, pop is only delete the last element.
No, so by giving the index number, we can delete the pop, right? We can delete the values like pop index number 2.
Something like inside we have to mention
Yes,
some
sir.
index number. Yeah, that is also possible.
Yes, sir.
To okay. So let's. I'm going to delete that index number two, which means the three element I am planning to delete now. Okay, it's deleted. This is also possible.
By
Okay,
using delete function, we can delete the value, right, sir?
a delete del function will. Okay, we'll try with that list of two. I'm trying to delete and like four of list of two and try to print this values. Yeah, using del function we can use. This is the method based we are deleting it. Mostly this is the suggestible one. Because in some cases what will happen if you are going to use delete function entire index or entire element also trying to delete if suppose you missed this elements.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so entirely the list will be deleted. That will be huge impact to you. Mostly in real time they are using pop elements, pop methods, but this is also possible, but we try to go with pop. That will be a better one. Okay, any other question?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm checking with your chat now, Sadhvi. Jeevan. Oh, you only did this. Okay. What else? Okay,
Uh,
common append functions we have discussed. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I have a question. So, what is the size of function useful for? Why are we
It will
using that?
be showing how much size this variable is occupied in memory.
Okay,
That's it.
okay,
Because each element you are going to store it right at the time that particular variable, how much size it just occupied. Something you can validate via size of functions.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, if you want to know all other method, just give dot and give uh, just give dot automatically it will suggest all the method functionalities whatever is available with respect to this list. Okay, so you can append the value. You want to clear the entire data, that is also possible here, as well as you want to copy, that is also possible. How many element it is totally available, that is you want to calculate, you can use this one. Sorry, total number of element, how much that particular variable is available. Let's take it out this li dot li4, what are the element is available, one to one available. Now I'm planning to open the value to. Again, I'm trying to append the value. Okay, so 2 repeated 3 times, 1 repeated only 1 time. Let me go and see this count value of 2. It is repeated 3 times. Same like one element will be repeated only 1 time. Such kind of counts you can do that via this method. And what else? Hmm. Extend is nothing but if you have a two list functions you want to combine and create a single list, there you can use this extend, but it should be working mostly in only any of collections variables. Index based you can locate and read the data as well. Just before we have done that indexing concepts, insert statement, you can insert the value. The pop and insert is a small differences. In append and insert. Append always insert the value at last, but via index you can insert, you can locate the value based on the indexing. Like 4 1 2. Okay, now in middle I want to insert the value between 1 2 3 and then 2 2, something I plan it to do that. Then li4 dot insert, I can declare which index I want to do that. 0 first, second index I want to add the value 0 1 2 second index, and then I want to provide what kind of element I want to store it. Now you can see this one. If this is in middle, like that you can add it via this insert method. But append always will be insert at last. That is the difference. Most of the interview, this will also will ask. li4 dot append. Just I'm trying to add a 5. Okay. Next, pop, remove and pop. Pop will be followed by indexed concept. Remove followed by your what is that? Values. If the element you want to remove, then you can use this remove concept. Pop is look like delete function. Remove is followed by value based. So it's a costly operation. Don't try to use remove in real time. Only you can go with pop mostly. Reverse, you can read all the element in reverse as well. Okay. Once you execute reverse statement, and then reverse method, all the value will be in reverse. So mostly in Palindrome or something you are going to use the program, right? There you may be using this concept, this reverse method. Okay, these are mostly used methods in list. Any questions? This one?
Yes, Dinesh. Could you please list out the difference between this pop and remove? What remove will do actually?
Remove will be removed based on the values. If suppose I want to remove 3, and you can say this one. Based on the value you are trying to remove it.
Okay.
Pop followed by indexes.
Okay, got it. So remove will be removing the values. Pop will be removing the index values, right? Like
Yeah,
number of
index
values.
based you want to delete your element, then you have to use pop.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Any other questions?
This can you remove two so it will delete all the three elements?
Voice is very low, Murugan. Murugan.
No, no. If you remove that value 2, it will remove all the three elements.
Like that. If I supposed to remove 2, what will happen? Something like. Okay. It
It is
always will
removing
be looking
only.
the first value.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Because right now this is in reverse method, it is locating this values first. And then if data is not available, which is the first one, it try to remove the value. Okay.
Okay.
So while you want to remove all the values from all the 2, then you can use the count function, the count method, and then you can try remove. Count, you will get how many element that repeated. Based on that, you can try to execute remove in a looping condition. Then it will work. You can remember that count.
So what is the function to count the total number of elements in the list?
How many times if this element is repeated? That is the use of count. Now you
Okay.
can
So
see only 2 times it
any.
is repeated.
Okay, so that is counting on the value based, right? So if I want to count the total number of elements in the list, so what is the function?
What? Sorry, come again.
No, no. If you want to count the total number of elements in the list,
Just to give count. Count LF4. Count is not defined. Length is
So
sorry,
then
sorry,
what is
sorry.
the purpose of
Python is
length?
a length.
Then
Yeah,
in SRS.
length. I forget.
Okay, okay, okay.
You can use length function and you can. This is the function. This is the method. What is the difference between method and function? Can anyone? What is the difference between method and function?
Functions returns a value, but methods
Why? Even method also you can get the written data type and without written. Both you can do. Parameterized and non-parameterized. Sorry, parameterized. Both you can do. But what exactly what is the difference?
Method can be used to define a function.
No. Okay, simple understand. Function should work mostly, sorry, work with only variables related. Method should working with object related. That's it. If you are going to create a class, on that class you are going to use that object with your class functions, that is called as a method. But lambda functions or user different function, everything is going to play with your variables. Simple understand. All the programming, the concept is same.
okay, you mean to say like the methods will be working under the class is only, or like functions can be reused everywhere. Likewise, you are talking about.
Variables.
Yes.
Variables. Any variable you can use on top of this method, that is called as a function. But object based you are going to use any function, that is called as a method. Because class you are going to create an object, on top of the object only you are going to use these methods.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
but both of them will return the data types, return outputs, are providing the arguments, everything possible. Okay.
Yeah, in class there will be two types like argument and behavior, attributes
Yeah,
and behavior, right?
yeah. In method they are calling it attribute and behavior, something like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Any other question? Let's just mostly we have discussed. Now we just go and see the difference between tuple then. No question.
Sorry, one thing like can we slice and show me the list?
Just
Slice
before
and
we, this is the slice we have done. This is slicing.
okay. You can also append two lists, right? List one and list two, like with colon kind of thing, or what we use in for
Up,
appending.
appending value we cannot do that with colon.
Like if you want to append two list itself, so
Just give me the example. Let me. I just declare li5 as a empty list, and then you want to append this list into this one, right? Something like
exactly.
that.
Yes.
So li4 have how many elements? Total 4 elements. This available. This is I want to add it here. Okay. Let me file li5. I just declare 3 li5. Okay. Now I want to add this with this
LA4.
li4. That's the reason I just inform extend
Okay.
li5.
Okay.
Okay. It is add.
Okay. Thank you.
And one more thing is also available li6. You can do that li4 plus li5. Now you can see this one li6. Okay.
Okay.
This is also possible. This is also possible. Okay. Fine.
Got it, Dinesh. Thank you.
Okay. So we don't have more time. So we just discuss about the tuple and then we can go with some comprehensions if we have a time. So difference between tuple will work. So declare by normal just bracket, and then are using tuple function. You can declare based on the tuple function. This is also possible. And then next, what is we have seen there? This is mutable, but tuple is not a mutable, which is called as a immutable. Cannot change. Third one, what we have said? Return based on the index and slicing and allow multiple type. Allow multiple type and retry the elements by indexing or slicing. This is also possible. Okay, first we can see this and we can discuss it. So we can see first a declaration like tuple equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the tuple value. This is available. Then I'm using this tuple functions. Tuple 1 equal to tuple of li 5. Now you can see tuple 1 value. It just created as a tuple. Third, allow multiple type. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. On 4 point. Tuple 2. Okay. And retry based on this elements by index or slicing. Same like tuple, sorry, list. We can locate the index and read the data. 0, 1, 2, 3. Now I want to read hello. So this is the fourth. Okay, I can read the data. Also slicing. I want to read hello. So what would be the slicing index numbers? Just apply the same concept what we discussed about. 4 is to 6. Okay, like that we can read the data. Okay, so immutable. Now I try to change this index values. Now I just change tuple 2 is of hello only. I'm trying to change this value into welcome. You can see it will not allow. Tuple object does not support item assignments because it's a immutable. Once you declare, it just freezes. You cannot change any values from that. So that it is throwing this error. Okay. So before freezing, you can change any element. Once it is that values are freezed, you cannot do anything. This is the major difference between list and tuple. Once you declare the variable, you cannot change it. If you want to change the variable, then you can declare as a tuple. Sorry, a list. Are you clear at this point?
Okay.
Okay, fine. One more concept is called the packing concept. Based on that, also you can declare the variables as a tuple. Let's take it out. Tuple 1. I don't declare the bracket or tuple function. Directly I'm going to declare the value. Okay. Just I declare this one. I'm trying to hold it. Now you can see tuple 3 and its type. Okay. This is also considered as a tuple. This concept they are calling as a packing concept. You don't want to declare the square bracket, that bracket anything you don't want to declare. What are the element you are going to mention? If it is going to assign as a single variable, then it is create as a tuple only in the back. Are you able to understand?
Okay.
Are you able to understand this point? This is called packing. Same like I want to assign the tuple values into multiple variable, then I can do that unpacking as well. X, Y, Z, okay. W, X, Y, Z, and then I'm trying to apply tuple 3 value. Now you can see each element is declared with that respective values. Okay, this is called as unpacking. Any question, or are you clear?
So for slicing, while we are slicing, say for tuple, we still use the square brackets for slicing also, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Here only we just use it, right? Index slicing always should come with the square bracket.
Square brackets. Okay.
Is there any mutable concept in tuple, like while we are importing mutable collections kind of things? Can we do
No,
that?
it's not possible. Then you must declare as a list and do all the changes. Finally, you can convert into tuple and exit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Now we forgot to tell you this one, the size of these functions. It's just to freeze the element. Okay, total 56 only. The same element, if suppose I'm going to declare into list, like equal to list of 1 comma 2 comma 3. Oh, sorry, I just upload this values. You can see this is list will always assign huge bytes of the data, but tuple always go with very less because it just frees and immediately will be communicate with your processor, the backend cache memories and all. So it is always reserved. So whenever you are going to read the data from your collections, tuple will be very fast to compare with other collections. Okay. This is also one of the reasons. In Scala programming at the beginning, the tuple they have released only 22 elements. After that, they have increased. But the concept in the backend, they are trying with the memory optimizations and all. Just for your information, I'm saying. So return data type, you have huge data, you want to retrieve the particular element very faster. Tuple is a suitable one. But depends on you must change some variables or you must change the elements based on some index, something you want to do that, then list only the option. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else? Yeah.
Dinesh, for unpacking, is it possible to unpack more than one element into a single variable?
How you are saying?
No, we have four variables and you are 4 elements you are unpacking into 4 variables, right? Suppose
Yeah,
I want to unpack 2 elements into a single variable and then other 2 elements into a 2 variables, like that.
just tell me x comma y. This is a 4 element right now, right? Tuple 3.
Yeah, so I want to unpack 1 and 2 into a 1 variable, and 3 into 1 variable, and then high into another variable, like that.
This is happening here. Each element will be located and create this one. W have 1, X have 2, Y has 3, Z have high, something like.
Yeah, I'm just asking, is that possible? Suppose W I want to store 1 and 2, and X I want to store 3, Y I want to store high.
Okay, W itself you want to store this 2 elements, something like.
Yeah, right.
No, this is not possible because it's unpacking what it's trying to do. Just locate the element based on the index and try to store it. That's it.
Okay. Suppose if we have 100 elements, we need to declare 100 variables, right?
Yeah, you can do some iteration basis and you can assign it. There's a concept. If suppose you're going to store some variable, mostly in real time you are going to handle some row objects, right? There you may be assigning all the variable like this in real time. You are going to create a table. Table have 10 columns. This 10 columns, all the data will be created as a tuples. This value you want to assign to this variable, then there you will be using this kind of concept, unpacking concept.
Okay.
Directly just assign. Instead of I'm going to read each element one by one, instead of that directly I can assign that to this variable and use it. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question?
Can you have the list inside the tuple? Can we make the list to a tuple?
Li of 2 comma 2 comma 3 comma I'm going to declare the variable 4 comma 5 comma 6. Possible.
Okay.
We'll do the reverse as well.
Okay. Tuple inside list.
Okay. What
Yeah.
if suppose I want to add this value? Will it be changeable or not? Because tuples are mutable, sorry, immutable,
No.
list is mutable.
No.
I want to add this element here. Can I do this?
No.
What about what others?
No.
Let me try. Tuple of what is the element index number?
3.
3, right? So I want to add one more value at the end. Next to the 5, I want to add another variable. So what is the index number between this?
1.
0, 1. I want to insert. 4 comma 7. Is it happening right?
But why? Because it is been declared as tuple, and tuple is mutable, and so even inside a tuple you have a list. So
No, you forget the nature about list. List have to allow mutable, right?
yeah. But
So
the whole thing, if you consider this entire thing, it's going to be a tuple, right? Okay. So inside list you're appending.
list nature will allow to insert
Yeah,
any
I
element.
understand.
So here we are trying to insert to between this element.
Okay, I thought of like the whole thing we are considered as a tuple, right? So tuple is mutable, immutable.
Okay, now tell me what if suppose I want to add here? Will it
No,
possible or not?
it is not possible. Yes.
Yeah, because this is the nature of tuple. We cannot do the changes. But this element is a nature of list, so it will allow.
Okay,
Okay.
Dinesh, got it. Got it.
So is it like if we have We have defined a specific function for tuple, and if we want to change it, we can add list in between, or we just need to delete the whole thing and create it again.
No. You can use instead of a list. Sorry, you don't want to add a list in, but instead of you can create a list and do all the analysis. Final output you can store as a tuple. That would be a better one
Okay.
because all the changes you want to do that. Here the problem is it is realign the memories for this list again and again. Okay, because it's
Okay.
inside the tuple it is available, but the data will be changed continuously.
Okay.
So this is have some complex, and while read the data, it will take some performance failures. So optimization based, you cannot do that because the nature of list will allow new element, so we cannot change. Okay, just for your understanding purpose, I just showing you. That's it. Don't try like this in real time.
You got it. Vince.
Yeah, this is you can use it. This is not a problem because this is a freezable, but this is not a freezable one. You can do like this, but inside the tuple, you don't try to locate list values. Okay, now you are clear, right? How tuple is working. Most of the concept we have discussed. And tuple, we have only count and index. These two only method available because it's a immutable. For this tuple nature, you cannot do any changes for that. Only you can use the count or index numbers. That's it. Based on the count, you can see two element is available. How many times it is repeated? Only one time. Like that, index also. Index of 0, 1, 2, 3. Index 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is right. Oh, sorry. Index will be located that index number for this value key. So this is the second index of 3 value. Let me go to check for another one. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the third index. Like that, it just locate. Clear?
How do we check the like elements inside the list via the count function?
Come again. Elements.
Elements inside the list we have, right? Suppose I
Yeah.
want to check the 5 through the count function. We can directly give count of 5, tuple.count of 5 because it is inside list, right?
No. I am not getting clearly. I'm just
No.
confused.
I want to count the number of fives inside the list. So what we
Number
need
of
to do?
element you want to count here, right?
Yeah,
So
number of fives
tuple
inside the tuple.
Tuple dot list index and then count.
number of elements or something you mentioned.
No, the number of five. Five I want to count in the list.
Okay, then you want to locate this list first, a tuple of 3, and then it just located here dot count. You can mention 5. Int object has no iterable. Oh, sorry, 0, not 0, right? 3.
That will be 3.
Okay, this is repeated only one time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other question? Most of the users things we just discussed now between this list and tuple. Any question, madam?
Still no good. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So last only one thing we forgot, that is the list comprehensions. That is also we just discussed. Okay, so comprehension is nothing but you don't want to declare the variable like a list or tuple. Instead of that, you can do the expressions in middle itself. Like if I want to declare a variable li of what is the li value? Is it assigned? Okay, some Hamlet record is available. What do I have to do? I want to multiply this value into next one. So li1 equal to, just to open this element, and I'm going to declare this value x first for I in li, and then this is the expression I'm going to apply I star I something. This output I'm going to store it. So what it is trying to do, 1, 2, 3,
It will
4,
multiply the object 1 into 1,
yeah,
2 into 2, 3 into 3.
yeah, but it will not be allowed for tuple value. That's what I just thinking. This variable is declared with tuple, right? Here we cannot do that.
Yes, sir, you're right.
2, 3, 4, 5. Something I'm going to declare. Now I just going to apply list comprehension. Now I see this output. So 2 into 2, 3 into 3, something like I can do that, and again it is convert into list and store it. The same operation you can do in a different way for I in li. I just declare li2 as a empty list, and then li2 dot append of I star something like that. Okay, but this is the looping condition, everything you want to declare, and then you have to use it. Instead of that, you can simply use this page. This concept is called comprehension. Whatever the looping you're going to try to approach it, that should follow with some expressions. That's it. What kind of expression you're going to practice, and what is the looping iteration you're going to use. Okay.
Can you please put comments next to it?
Which one?
Uh, Comments next to it, like what this function that you have.
This is list
Okay.
comprehension. We don't want to go in depth, but for the
Yeah.
basics, we must know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This alone in real time you may be use. Okay, and tomorrow we just go with next topics tuple, sorry, dictionary and set. Okay, so list and tuple today is covered. Tomorrow we plan to go with dictionary and set. Hope you are clear with the list and tuple, right? Any question on this?
Got it. Thank you.
No questions, right?
So I have one question. So these list and tuple, we got it, but how do we implement these in real life? Like any real life simple, just a very short example, if you can
No,
give.
you can mostly the list and tuple in real time, while the programmatic I'm saying, while you're going to read the data from that any sources like RDBMS or something, that all the data you're going to store it and do some analysis. In real time practice, list and tuple, I can compare with your mobile applications as well. You're using the playlist, right? You're using music and you can store all your songs in the playlist. That
Yes.
all is a part of list only, because
Okay.
you're making some queue. Once this song is over, next you're going to play it. So it is a iterable. So list is a part of linked list concept. A linked list, there is multiple of types is available. Single, double, and circle linked list, and a lot of things is available. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
programmatically we can approach via this way. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question? Okay, fine. So I hope you have some idea how this working. If no question, we can close it today, and tomorrow we can go with diction and setting.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dinesh.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other question? Okay. Yes. Thank you all.